tonight on every platform. I hope so. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Okay, let me go on. Is that good? Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay, got TikTok. Hello, TikTok. We have Instagram. Hi, everybody. And on here, we got YouTube, Facebook. What else is on there? Instagram? Yeah. No, Instagram's right here. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Let's see if I'll be as unhinged tonight as I was last night. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. I'm Christy-Faith, author, speaker, podcaster. I am a homeschool educational expert. I'm actually an educational expert, but now I call myself a homeschool educational expert because homeschooling is totally different than educating a child through homeschooling is way different than educating a child in an institution. I am the author of this book. It's backwards, probably on a couple platforms here. And it is called Homeschool Rising, Shattering Myths, Finding Courage, and Opting Out of the School System. This is not just for new homeschoolers. This is for anybody who is homeschooling, who needs more security, needs more strength, all of the things. I'm here tonight to answer any questions you have about homeschooling in general. I'd love to know, let's start out tonight with letting me know a little bit about you. I love figuring out and finding out who I'm with. Let me know where you live. What state are you in? And then I want you to respond with a 1 or 2 or a 3. Okay, so a 1 is you are homeschool curious, and that's why you stopped here right now. If so, welcome. Number 2, by the way, I have a free, for those of you who are homeschool curious, I have a how to homeschool guide. It's a 23-page ebook. Grab it. Go get it, girl. Come back. Are you a category 2? So that's number 1, homeschool curious. Number 2, are you within the first 3 years of homeschooling?
Oh,
let me know.
Just being Karen, is it too late for a 6th grader?
What do you mean? Too late to homeschool?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, no. Where is she?
She's on Insta.
Oh my goodness. No, it's the great time to homeschool. I think homeschooling the older years are the most important years. This is when our kids start developing a worldview. They start asking really deep questions. So absolutely not. Yay! Grab my how to homeschool guide. Yeah, wait, I'm not done with the categories. 1, 2, 3. Can I finish the categories?
Okay.
Or I'm happy to dive in.
Go ahead.
Okay. So are you 1, homeschool curious? Are you 2, within the first 3 years of homeschooling? Or are you 3, you've been at this a while and you're like, girl, I'm burnt out. Let me know. Let me know which category you're in, 1, 2, or 3. Also, let me know what state you're in. I am in Colorado, beautiful Colorado. Man, I was driving my son to basketball practice today and just the blessing of looking at those gorgeous mountains, man. We're in the Denver area, so we get to see that whole mountain range. When you're on the freeway like that, it is so gorgeous. Do you guys live in a beautiful area? I'd love to know. Okay, yes.
We got a New York veteran, 12 plus years.
Oh, awesome.
On TikTok.
And you're in New York, which that's like people are so scared to homeschool in New York. I know it's not as hard as people think, but they kind of make it seem daunting and intimidating from the outside. Have you found that? Have you gotten any pushback or struggles homeschooling in New York? I have a friend who her sister homeschools in New York City, and that was a little bit of a challenge finding community for her. Where are you in New York? I'd love to know. Welcome, everybody. Come on in to my live tonight.
We got California, Georgia, Texas, Florida.
Yay!
Massachusetts. We got Nard the Fox. I'm a realtor with rentals. Stay-at-home dad with a 3.5-year-old and 4 months. Getting time to get rolling soon enough.
Oh, man, I love it. So awesome.
We got Geeks Life, new homeschool mama on Instagram.
Brand new mama. Yay!
Nard the Fox in Minnesota would love the ebook. How does he get stuff?
Oh, yeah. So let me just go over my free stuff, okay? Let's start there. Number 1, I have a How to Homeschool Guide. It is a totally free, downloadable ebook. Everything I'm talking about right now, tap my face on whatever platform you're on, and you can get there. We make it very easy to download my free stuff. And by the way, something that is really important to me is that my free stuff isn't lame, right? How many of you have gone to like get someone's free thing and it's like a journaling prompt, right? It's like, give me some help here. It makes me not trust the person. Okay, so anyway, so I have a 23-page ebook on how to homeschool. It's just a download, okay? And then I have my curriculum recommendations. So it's a big list, but it's kind of, you would consider that a safe list. Now, are these my curriculum recommendations for you? No. We do that in Thrive Homeschool Community, which if you guys want to know more about that, one of the reasons why I came on live tonight is because our emails are flooding because Thrive is closing tonight. And so we knew that we were going to have to go live to answer anybody's questions live. So ask your questions about Thrive Homeschool Community because we do close our doors tonight at midnight. Okay, other freebies. I have my 5-minute homeschool style finder. This is really, really cool. It is so stinking accurate. And I'm proud of that because it was really hard to build. Really, programmers, analysis, crazy stuff to build that 5-minute homeschool style finder. So you guys might not know there are 9 different educational pedagogies, styles in which we can educate children. You've heard of some of them. Waldorf, classical education, Charlotte Mason maybe, unit study, right? Montessori. Yeah. And so I have a quick 5-minute where you'll find out your style in under 5 minutes. So if you have not taken my 5-minute homeschool style finder, will you go take it right now and come back and tell me what you came out as? Okay. Scott's like, questions?
We have a ton of questions.
Ton of questions. Okay.
We're going to start.
Great.
Sarah Jude over on TikTok. What would you suggest for an older student who can't spell and it's affecting confidence?
An older student who can't spell and it's affecting confidence. It depends how old the student is. Probably, okay, I'm going to make some assumptions here. I'm going to make assumptions that they have already received, they've learned to read with the science of reading, proper science of reading. It depends how old, but if they're old enough and I've asked the right questions personally to you, I would probably recommend an evaluation and intervention. Yeah. Spelling's a tough nut to crack, man. We had a masterclass speaker in Thrive. I brought her in just to do a masterclass on spelling. Yeah.
Big Mr. Money. Thrive has been amazing for my wife. Woo woo.
Yay! Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Screenshot that. Because so many women are like, my husband doesn't get it. It's like, what do you mean you don't get it? Okay, so here's the thing. Who wants to hear the bee in my bonnet about Thrive? Yes. Okay.
Go for it.
Oh, now? Were there other questions? Okay.
More,
okay, you guys. So people are like, what's Thrive Homeschool Community? Is it like self-care? No, it's primary care. Okay, so here's the thing about homeschooling is that and it really made me mad, and it's why I started Thrive. So I have been in education my entire career. I was an expert. I read thousands of IEPs. We had teams of specialists. We ran an educational consulting firm and educational center in Los Angeles. Our clients were the A-listers and billionaires. We got kids into Ivy League schools. We did their SAT, ACT prep. When they couldn't read or spell, we did their interventions. We had staff members trained in particular methods so that we could remediate children who were struggling in school. So here I am thinking, well, I'm just the bomb. I know everything about education. And I started to kind of I call it a deconstruction, but not in the term that you guys are thinking about it. I kind of had a deconstruction with the school system. And because we saw thousands of kids, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, I can count on one hand how many kids that we worked with actually enjoyed learning. School killed their love of learning. Anybody in here where that's what school did for you? It killed your learning. There are books on this. There's a great book by Denise Pope on how kids are just doing school. It's just a means to an end. And listen, the ancients, if you look at the ancients, they believe education, and this is my view as well, it should be the cultivation of a human being. And it should be more skill-based, not like a regurgitation. So I don't want to get off on a tangent, but if you're curious about how do we get here? How did our system get here like this? That it's like killing a love for learning. Kids are just going through the motions. I don't want that for my kid. I have a whole chapter in my book on the history of the compulsory school system. You guys may not know that I have a graduate degree in history, so that was a really fun chapter to write. And man, does it get juicy. So that is an interesting history to read if you're a history buff. But my point is, we decided we're not going to put our kids in this system. So I'm like, well, I'm going to homeschool. How hard can it be? Right? I'm sure you guys are laughing right now hearing that. How hard can it be? Well, here's what I found. Because I was leaving the traditional system and I was embracing all these other options, I turned around and there's no structure. Like I knew the end. I knew that I want my kids to love learning. I knew that I want every opportunity for their future. I knew that I want a lifelong learner. I saw the end and I knew that the school system won't do that for us. And I saw the end, but I was over here and this was a hot mess. This is disorganized. It's mainly curriculum companies trying to tell you that their program or their co-op or this. And that's what a lot of homeschool moms do is they're overwhelmed. And so they cling to a curriculum. They cling to a program because at least that's a path they can see all the way through. But the problem is that that's not why we're homeschooling. We're not homeschooling to just leave this system and latch onto someone else's. We're doing this to customize the education for our kids, to give them what they need now in the way they need it, and to cultivate their talents in a really beautiful way so that no doors are closed for them later. So I got really frustrated and I was like, well, I belong nowhere. Like I know I want to homeschool. And so my background in education, and I trained all my teachers at our center. And I don't take credit for this at all. It really is a gifting that I really view it as a gifting from God. I'm able to see systems. Build them and frameworks and just understand and by the way, I am a hot mess in other areas of my life, but for some reason I have like a matrix, like you see the matrix, like with things. And that's how we had actually our learning center was the most successful learning center in the country. And part of it was we built these systems. We built structures and frameworks that our teachers had followed. And that's what really made us stand apart and what made us special. So anyway, I looked around and I'm like, no one is helping homeschool moms. And don't you think this is a really important job? The education of our children? Right? Nurses get training, nail techs get training, right? But we're expected to just wing this and white knuckle it and fumble around on Facebook and Instagram, comparing ourselves to others and then just being swooned by the marketing of the most successful curriculum companies and hodgepodge this thing. This is our kids' future. With each of our kids, we got one shot. And I don't mean to sound sensational here. That's actually how I view it. Like I got one shot with my high school son. He wants to be an attorney. I got to figure out how to get him there. I don't want I don't want doors closed on him. So, and that's where we are now because I have a high schooler now, 2 junior hires, and an elementary student. Homeschooling my kids. I have 4 kids. So anyway, and I've been coaching homeschool moms for years. And I was like, you know what? They have it all wrong. The homeschool space has it all wrong. The single most important piece of a homeschool is the mother. And if you have a mother who is let me know if this is you. Are you constantly second guessing yourself? Are you constantly seeing what she's doing, what that kid's doing over there and saying, my kid can't do that. Am I doing something wrong? Or she looks so perfect. Is that you right now? Yeah, it's because you haven't been given anything that will show you how to be successful. And so I realized, oh man, okay, so what qualities are needed? Now go with me here. I hope give me a thumbs up if you want me to keep going to explain this, because I don't want to bore you guys, but it's literally why Thrive exists and why it's proven. And I have hundreds and hundreds of testimonials of the major transformations that have been made by women who've joined Thrive, and they followed my proven framework, and the other things that go with it. So anyway, so I realized that, okay, homeschooling is really about, a successful homeschool is really about leadership development for the mom. So that, have you ever had a boss who was really insecure and like tossing around, changing their mind? You'd work on a project, they change their mind, you stop, restart, right? It's really hard to trust in and follow a boss who's extremely insecure and indecisive. And so I just saw all these moms in America, we're expecting ourselves to be Wonder Women, to get this completely right out of the gate. And we're stuck with scattered, conflicting advice on the internet, and we have to hodgepodge this thing together. And I just was like, no. In fact, this is why I went and made my very first TikTok all those years ago, is I got pissed off about bad advice that I heard about from a homeschool person on the internet. And I'm like, where are the experts? Where are the educational experts in our space? Because these moms are like alone. So anyway, that's how my first TikTok came to be, but just exploded. I have that anyway. So Thrive Homeschool Community. So what I developed is I realized there are 6 pillars that are required for a mom to give her kids the best education possible. And that is what we do in Thrive Homeschool Community. So that was a long way, but it's important for me to explain why it exists. And so when moms come to me and they're like, oh, it's just an extra thing on my plate. No. Like we're the thing that will help you with not having all those things on your plate. Right. And so the women who have been in Thrive and have shown up and done the work are just these transformed homeschool baddies. And every single one of us homeschools differently. Some of us are classical. Some of us are Charlotte Mason. Doesn't matter, because that's not what matters. We want to give our kids the best education possible in alignment with our values and what we want for their future. And that looks different for everybody. So how do you, this is why it hasn't been done before, but we kind of did crack the code. This is why it's so hard, because how do you guide someone in building out a really successful homeschool program when every program is customized? Every boat is a custom boat. Well, it's because there's certain principles that help you do that. So like child development, social emotional health. And what's interesting is I have a 6-pillar framework, and people always think that, if I just bought, my kid's melting down, they're crying with math. Christy, I need to change curriculum. What curriculum should I change to? And I go, whoa. Curriculum is one. Curriculum is our tool. It's one of those pillars. I have 20 questions to ask you before I tell you to change your math curriculum, right? And then I'm gonna try to save you money and help you adapt that curriculum so you're not constantly buying new curriculum, because we got to get these moms out of homeschooling by trial and error. We got to get you guys out of that. So anyway, let me know. Any of you did that resonate with any of you? Is that how you feel with homeschooling, that you're like? And what makes me so mad is society, where the expectation is on us to be able to do this job perfectly with zero support or training, right? A really important job. And then we have society and relatives and friends like this just waiting for us to fail. And it just makes me so mad. It makes me mad. So that's what we do in Thrive. And let me tell you, we are in tears over you guys. We Voxer with how do we help this mom with this. We really deeply care about you guys and your children and your education that you're providing them. And also We don't want this to feel backbreaking for you. We want you to be proud of your homeschool and to love it. And we want learning to just move at a clip. We want peaceful days, less sibling fights, less screaming and meltdowns. That does not, and you'll get, when I say it, you'll be like, of course. That doesn't mean you just have the wrong curriculum, right? See, it makes sense when I explain it, but that's where a lot of women go, because that's all we've had is, okay, well, this is hard. Maybe I need a new curriculum or a new curriculum or a new curriculum. It's like, no. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Grisel's on board. Jules is on board. Mama K, 100%. Rachel Rance, yes. Oof, that was a gut punch.
I know, right? Yeah, okay, so I'm on this live tonight because Thrive Homeschool Community closes at midnight. And someone asked me last night, why don't you just stay open if a mom needs you? And the reason why, there's a lot of reasons, is we need to close because we are putting all of you guys in a cohort and we're giving you free group coaching. It's actually a $500 value for free. We're going to put you in this Homeschool Success Accelerator group, and we want to get you going. We want to support you and get you going. We have orientation tomorrow. I can't have an orientation every other day if I just stay open. It's kind of like, view it as I don't want to say university because that's going to make you think that it's work, and it's not work. We do the work and make it easy for you. But we have to close. It's just the only way we can handle the volume. We can make sure all of you guys are taken care of. It honors, it also, those of you who are current Thrive members who are on my lives right now, it also honors you, because you don't need to, because you've been in Thrive so long, 3-4 years, you don't need to have a mom freaking out over socialization on a Zoom call and you listening to our answer for 30 minutes. I'll answer a mom for 30 minutes, but I want to have those newer moms together in a group so that we can cover all of those, basic big questions that they have and lead them to our resources in Thrive. And that honors you who've been in there a while. And for you guys, we're talking about deeper stuff, behavior issues and things like that, learning disabilities. If you're curious about, you can go to the Thrive page, just click my face and it will tell you everything that's in Thrive. It is so much. It's actually a value. I don't charge you this at all, but when I added up the value of what you get in a year, it's over $6,000 of value in a year. And it's pennies, you guys. It's $1 a day. So, people say, oh, I'm just so stretched thin. I bought so much curriculum. What people don't realize is the cost. Okay. So this is the big thing. It's hard to explain, but I have to. People don't realize the cost financially and emotionally and stress-wise, the cost of homeschooling by trial and error. It's a hidden financial cost because you're doing $30 here, that subscription box there, switching that $100 curriculum here. I can guarantee you that it's going to add up to more than $300 a year, right? But what if you had coaches? What if you had someone to come to an office hours and say, this isn't working. I'm so tempted to buy this new curriculum. What do I do? And the coaches say, stop. Let's actually figure out what's going on here before we tell you to buy a new curriculum. Right? Or you can DM our mentors and have that one-on-one direct messaging with them. So in so many ways, Thrive saves you money. It saves you stress. It saves you time. And the women who are in Thrive, you can, it's better coming from you guys than from me. Of course, I'm going to think my program's amazing, right? So, that's why I put so many testimonials on my page that explains Thrive. Read those testimonials. Not only do I have tons of testimonials, but I have videos of Thrive women who've experienced the transformation of Thrive, because I think it's really important that you don't always hear it from me. Okay, let me take a sip of water.
The Decisive Dad just took the quiz. I got Waldorf Montessori unit study.
Oh, dude, you're going to have such a fun time. That is so great. And he has a 3-year-old, right? So you need to start preschool. This is going to be so fun. And, I can't wait for you. I think he was on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
And Nard wants to know where'd you find that quiz?
Okay, so if you go to my home page on my website, literally you scroll like a half a scroll and all of my freebies are there. I have a free 5-minute homeschool style finder. I have a 23-page ebook on how to start homeschooling. I have my curriculum recommendations, which is a download. I have tons of free stuff for you. So make sure to grab something today. Even if you're not, if Thrive is like, whoa, Christy, like we're not going to get married on the first date. Totally get it. Yeah. But get into the ecosystem, because the way we talk about homeschooling is nowhere else. This concept of the key to a successful homeschool is in developing the leader is a massive game changer. So get my freebies that are on my website. They're not lame freebies. They're actually really good. Also, start listening to my podcast, because we dive deep into really cool stuff. And you might have fun, because my podcast I get really snarky on it.
Judy's here from Thrive.
Judy. Not Judith. Judy.
La Rochelle.
Oh.
I'm homeschooling my last two, both in high school, and I homeschool my two grandsons 2 days a week when parents are at work.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Which platform is she on?
She's on Insta.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yay. There's Instagram. Hi, my Instagram ladies.
Yes.
Welcome. I want to know who, because people have a lot of questions about Thrive Homeschool Community. I want to know who's a lurker. I have so many ladies saying, Christy, I lurked for way too long. I almost thought about having like one section on my page that were just what the lurking moms said after they joined. Like, oh, it felt so tight, but now money felt so tight, but now I see how much you're going to save me. And just, wow, if I had any idea what was actually in here, I would have done this so much sooner. By the way, there is a free 30-day money-back guarantee. Really, like, there's no risk. I'm not going to keep you in, strong arm you, nothing. So it's worth getting in tonight before midnight, even if you're kind of on the fence, because you can poke around in there. And I mean, I don't want you to change your mind. I don't think you will, but I know some of you might feel really under the gun right now. Like, this is too soon to make this big decision. Just know that you have that guarantee. There is zero risk to joining tonight before midnight. And we will honor that. And I don't think we've had anyone ask for that ever. For that, when people dive in, they're blown away. Yeah. Okay.
Mama's.
Oh, Laura was a longtime lurker. Yay. Okay. So Laura, I'll be on the orientation Zoom tomorrow. So I'm going to see you, and it's going to be Marnie on there, and it's going to be Julie on there. So the three of us, and Julie's going to share her screen and show you guys how to navigate inside the platform. So I hope you can make that. And if you can't make the orientation tomorrow, you guys, it's going to be on replay. We're going to keep it on replay for at least 3 weeks, so you can watch it at your leisure. But it's really fun to be live. It's more fun to be live. Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on BJU Press? I'm using it for kindergarten, but find it a teeny bit busy since I have other littles in the home that aren't homeschooling yet.
Yes. Okay. So this is a great question about BJU Press Homeschool. So as you guys know, I do use them. I love them. I don't use them for every subject. So BJU Press is known for kind of being this all-in-one, like you buy a whole grade level and you implement that grade level. That's not how you have to use BJU Press Homeschool. You can use it like I use it for particular subjects. I love it for Bible. I actually really like it for science too, because I don't like teaching science. So here's the thing though. And I don't know if you're in Thrive, but I would love to deschool you. I would love that opportunity to have you go through my 8-step homeschool success framework, because I want you to feel the freedom that your child does not have to do every single thing. In fact, when I was talking to the representatives at BJU Press Homeschool, I actually complimented them. I said, you know what? Thank you for overwriting your curriculum. So I used to write curriculum. And the worst thing you can do as a curriculum writer, the laziest thing you can do is underwrite it. So a mom is left, okay, what else do I do? And then she's on Pinterest trying to figure out a science experiment for that lesson that was just covered. A curriculum that you paid for. The curriculum writers should be doing that work for you. So what I love about BJU is everything is done, thought ahead about, expertly delivered. They invest so much in their curriculum development, but here's what I want you to know. You don't do everything. So we do the science. We rarely do the workbook. I have the workbook, and one of my girls loves worksheety things, so she loves doing it, but we talk about it. We go through the lesson and we talk about it. And that is an education. So, and that's what happens when you have the freedom, when you've deschooled and you have the freedom to let go. You don't need, so here's the thing. A lot of people think that you have to prove, let me know if this is you, I want to know. You feel the pressure. This is not your fault, by the way. This is our system. You feel the pressure that you have to prove what your kids have learned. Right? They have this many worksheets, that many essays, stacks like this, and you put them in a file and all of that. And you feel the pressure because you need something to show for, to prove what they've learned. And the message that and by the way, I am a rigorous homeschooler. My son wants to be an attorney. Okay? I have a graduate degree. We are academic. Okay? But I don't make my kids write out every ding dong thing. Absolutely not. That's going to kill their love of learning, right? And so, but how do I get you from a place where, okay, but what do I pick, Christy? Which of these things on here do I have my kid do and not do? That's that process of deschooling. That's where we get you to a place where you can scan a page and you're like, that's important. This is important. Let's talk about that. And I do want you to write that sentence in a full, complete sentence answer. And then you're like, great. We did that 20 minutes faster, and let's go outside. Let's go outside and play. So, and then your kids aren't overworked and taxed. So that's the beauty. That's the beauty of deschooling. Does anybody need to know the difference between deschooling and unschooling? Let me know, because I'm happy to explain it, but I won't explain it if they already know. So, do we have more questions? Will I take a sip of water? Do we have any trolls? I've had trolls the last 2 nights, and it's been so fun.
Mamas and duetas.
Okay.
Now they are in 1st and 3rd grade. Should I wait until they finish elementary school?
To homeschool?
Yeah.
No! Are you kidding? No! I wished your kids were never even in school. If here, listen. I don't think everybody can homeschool, obviously. And I also think that not everybody should homeschool. I don't think a mentally ill, deranged person should be homeschooling. Okay. But if you love your kids and you're a motivated mom and you can, man, there is no better place to educate a child than in a loving home with a motivated parent. Really, truly. It is just a beautiful childhood, especially when you tap into your kids' developmental needs, which is something we're really about in Thrive, is, okay, what does your kid need right now? Do they really need to know that particular math formula, or is the most important thing right now working on their a certain behavior? If they're melting down, for example. So anyway, or there's a behavior that's really a struggle in your home. To us, we will pivot to that important skill that is maybe not tangible, but it's a social emotional skill, because we know that if we can get you there, if the mentors can get you there and we work on that, we know then that's going to make all the academics easier. Do you see it? Where initially a mom comes to me and says, my kid's melting down. Christy, tell me another math program to use. And I'm like, whoa. Let's find out why the kid's melting down. Is it a behavior issue? Is it is the task too big? Is there a fit that's not right? Is there a learning disability that may be undiagnosed? You know what I mean? So those are the types of things we look at. Okay. Yes. Your hand.
Valerie Wagner. Sorry, is it realistic to homeschool homeschool with a 15-month-old, and I'm in the middle of a master's degree program. I want to homeschool my second grader.
Absolutely. Yes. So Valerie on Instagram. Well, okay. So I don't know you, and I don't know your life, and I don't know your capacities. Okay. So, we have a lot of working homeschool moms in Thrive. A lot. We have to source differently. So will you be able to be the type of homeschooler who is, baking the banana bread and going on the nature walks and doing 20 read alouds a day? No. No. Does that mean it's not worth it still? Does that mean that couldn't be your future later? No. Also no. Right? So, when you are a working homeschool parent, the sourcing is what is the most important thing. Is what curriculum you're using, making sure not all of it requires you to sit right next to your kid for every hot second. So I had, when I started homeschooling my son, I had 2-year-old twins and a 7-month-old baby. So yeah, you just have to source well. And other things too, but that's, if I was to pick one thing, not knowing you. Yeah.
One, Shorten.
Yeah.
I'm going to start next year high school, and I'm so scared, but I know it's better than public. Need all the help I can get.
Yes. What platform?
Insta.
And by next year, meaning that, not the fall of 2025, fall of 2026? Yeah. Okay. Or do you mean January, like next year in January? That's what yeah.
We can wait to find out. Oh, Mama K is a lurker.
Who's a lurker?
Mama K.
What platform, Mama K?
TikTok. She's an interest-led eclectic unit study.
Oh, how fun. Took the quiz, interest-led eclectic and unit studies. What a beautiful education.
Laura K is a longtime lurker that just joined Thrive this week. So excited to grow and invest in myself.
Yes. Okay, Laura, I saw you come in. I hope I get to meet you on the face-to-face, because you know what my face looks like, but I don't know what your face looks like. But I saw you come in, and I don't know. I think I've seen you quite a bit, because I was like, Laura, is that the lurker Laura? Oh my goodness, I love it. Yeah, so, and by the way, there is zero risk to joining. We are closing tonight at midnight. You will not be able to join tomorrow. We are getting to work with our fall of 2025 class, but it is risk-free, you guys. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you are on the fence, I would highly suggest that you hop in and then just make your decision later, because you will not be able to get in tomorrow. And I hate to say it, we get this every time. We get emails. Oh, please. And it's like, we've literally have warned you guys for 3 straight weeks. So no, we don't. We really don't. And it breaks our heart, but it's not honoring the women who did, right? So, tomorrow, we will be closed. My website will say, want to get on the wait list. Yeah.
After 5 years of homeschooling.
Yeah.
Last year was with an 8-year-old, 5-year-old, and 18 months.
I have ideas for you.
She's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria, I have ideas for you with science. I don't like teaching science either. Yeah. I love learning, but
Hillary Jordan, I have a 2-year-old twins with my second grader.
Oh.
This is the craziest time ever.
Yes, girl. Are you in Thrive? Is she in Thrive?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness. You're going to love the office hours just to come and cry. Yeah, I remember that. You guys, my story is, so I have a history of infertility. And so we had my son, and then we couldn't get pregnant with him for years. Got my son, could get pregnant again. With treatments, got twins, right? Controversy. I know. We were at a church that was kind of, anyway, we were very judged for our infertility treatments. Anyway, we don't go to that church anymore. So, but, okay, so, and by the way, I am a strong Christian. You should know that. Our group is not, Thrive Homeschool Community is not a Christian homeschooling group. We call ourselves non-sectarian because I also am not comfortable calling us a secular group because we're not. All faiths are in there. All faiths are welcome. The majority of our demographic is similar to the national demographic of homeschoolers, which is in the 70% professing Christian, but that would be expected because that's what our landscape looks like nationally as well, in terms of homeschooling. So where was I on a tangent? Oh, about the IVF. Oh yeah. Okay. So we got the twins, and then we had 7-month-old twins, and I found out that I was naturally pregnant, which I'm not supposed to naturally get pregnant, with our bonus baby, another girl. So we have 1 boy and 3 girls, and it is a wild ride. But yeah, so my twins and the youngest were 18 months apart. People thought I had triplets for years because my twins were small because they were preemies, and then their sister was full term. So for a long time, and she's really tall. She got my genetics. And so she is the same size and same height as her twin sisters. So anyway, that's kind of fun. That was an extra slice you didn't ask for.
Question, should I join today if she's not going until next school year?
No, if you're not homeschooling until fall of 2026, no. It's too early to join. Yeah.
Erica Thompson, my preconceived idea of what homeschooling should look like really caused a lot of heartache at first. Crafting homeschooling to fit our life took some time, but starting next year, for now, and loving every minute.
Oh.
We never would have made it there without Christy-Faith and the Thrive community.
Oh. Can you screenshot that? That is so sweet, Erica. Oh. Erica, weren't you at my trainings too? Were you at one of the 4 Mistakes live trainings? Because I want to tell the Thrive members, because you know how the ladies that joined on that, they got that special thing?
Accelerator group?
Yeah.
Or the
time with me, the Zoom with me. I wanted to make sure the Thrive members knew, like if they came to that was one that's so sweet. But sorry, you're experiencing a conversation with me and Scott right now. This is how we talk about things. Scott, don't you think that the Thrive members who came, who didn't have to because they get everything they need in Thrive, don't you think they should be invited to that Zoom?
Yeah.
I know. I'm wondering if how we would find that out. That would be difficult. Any ideas? Oh, okay. Anyway.
Denise is here.
Denise. Hi.
Can't wait. Attended an office hour yesterday and really enjoyed it.
Oh, good, Laura. Yeah, Laura's new. She's the one. She was the lurker. Denise is here on TikTok. She is one of our Thrive mentors.
Kendra's here.
And and Kendra's here. And you guys, I don't even ask my Thrive mentors. I don't even ask them to come to these lives. You guys are so sweet. What are you doing right now, Denise? Hopefully you're eating chocolate and having some of your special tea. Oh. Have you ever heard me that silent on a live? I'm taking a deep breath. I'm thinking about, because tomorrow we have orientation. I have to film 2 podcast episodes. Who wants to hear my schedule and my rambling? And then we're going to hike in the mountains on the weekend. Yeah.
Well, we do have another question.
Okay.
Thoughts on self-directed education?
Yes. Oh, boy, do I have thoughts on self-directed education. What platform? What person?
TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Sun-fed soul.
Yeah. Okay. So, this is a conversation that I would love to sit at a Starbucks or maybe a better coffee place with pour over or something. Sit there with you for an hour, like with a chocolate croissant and a coffee, and talk about the pedagogy of unschooling. Because although I love the idea of unschooling, there is some dangers there. And part of it is I believe that at the root, there are some misunderstandings. Let me make sure I'm very clear, because I do interest-led learning in my home. Okay. So I want to be very clear. I do think that a true blue unschooler and that philosophy has a misunderstanding of human nature at its very, very core. And so should I do a podcast on this? I was telling someone this the other day, and they're like, Christy, why haven't you done a podcast on that? And it wasn't it was another homeschool leader. Who was that, Scott? Were we on a Zoom with somebody?
Yes.
We were? Do you remember who that was?
I don't.
You don't remember. He has to hear me talk all the time. So
I like it.
here's... Thanks, babe. Okay, so here's the thing. I love interest-led learning. We have a lot of research that shows that intrinsic motivation is found when there is autonomy. Okay, so a way to view this, and also with play, by the way, a lot of research connecting intrinsic motivation and play. So I am very interested in intrinsic motivation, because one of the reasons why I homeschool is because I want my kids to want to learn, and I want them to love learning. So I really try to balance honoring my kids' desires, honoring their talents. I'm a student of my own children, and I try to present to them opportunities where I can see those things flower. I also don't really give my kids tests because I just want the love of learning to be there. I don't want to put those external pressure on them. Yet I am a very academic person. However, okay, this is a hill that I will die on. It is not a good idea to be a true blue unschooler. Let your kids, and you follow that lifestyle. I call it more of a lifestyle because it really is. You have to have a lot of buy-in to be an unschooler. And my unschooly people, it's okay if you're here right now. And by the way, we can disagree. It is okay. But it is not okay with me that you don't find out that your junior in high school has severe dyslexia, and that is why they were never interested in reading. That's just not okay with me. So I have some non-negotiables with that in educating children, and to the extent where if those things are not covered, I would put that in the category of educational neglect. That's quite a hot take you just heard there, because there are ramifications to what I just said. So I love the research. I love John Holt, Peter Gray. It's solid, but it's not. There are some flaws in my professional opinion. There are some flaws. And that is why I love interest-led learning. But I also believe that we have a responsibility to ensure that our kids are well educated. And that's where I stand. And I have thought a lot about it. I have ruminated over this because as a homeschool advocate, I want nothing more than to just be all in with all the pedagogies. Like, yeah, you do it, girl. You do it, girl. That's one where, okay, maybe not all in on that one. Because if you are, a lot of women call themselves unschoolers, but they're kind of more unschooly. And I cannot tell you how many women come to Thrive because they were unschooling and they are in an absolute panic because the promises that unschooling gave them was not the reality, and we are scrambling to catch up, finding out that kid has learning disabilities, getting diagnoses, and scrambling late. So, okay, that was a lot. Was that edgy? Who's mad at me now? You can be mad at me. It's cool. I can handle it. Okay. Sip of water.
I don't think people are mad at you.
Oh, they're not mad at me? I tried to choose my words carefully there.
Are there
Yeah.
any homeschooling single moms inside of Thrive?
Oh, yeah, there are. There are. Oh, yeah, and I'm so glad they're there too. We have working moms. We have single moms. We have a couple of dads. We are kind of a support group vibe. So, dads, we love our dads. We love our dads, but the dads generally don't like coming to the office hours because we're like, we're crying, and they're emotional times. But the dads who are homeschooling their kids really value my frameworks, and I'm glad that we have a place for everybody. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So Thrive is closing tonight at midnight. I went over my freebies. What podcast episode am I filming tomorrow? I'm going to try to film 2 tomorrow. You guys might not know this, but like a lot of us, like podcasters, we batch film. And so I'll like film one, and then as that one is uploading, I'll go upstairs, change my earrings, change my shirt, and then come back down and film another. I don't know why I do that. Like, you guys don't care. I could be in the same shirt for 2 episodes, but it's something that I do. On a good day, I can film 3 in a day, because I like having my like deep work of writing and then getting episodes done, and then I can have like the deep work of the filming. Plus, who wants to wear makeup every day?
Mama K
I don't. Like, probably at orientation tomorrow, I may not be in makeup because I have had to go live and wear Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Mama K said, midnight in which time zone? She wants to know when Thrive is closing.
Oh, yeah. What? I don't even know what time zone. Pacific? Okay. Great. Pacific. Yeah. It's all automated. So, yeah. So tomorrow Thrive closes tonight. Tomorrow we have orientation. That's going to be such a great Zoom. And then we're going to enjoy the holiday weekend. And then next week, we're going to ramp things up. And the Homeschool Success Accelerator group is going to be on Monday nights. And that is a live Zoom call, small group coaching with Marnie and Julie through the 8-step homeschool success framework. That's $500. We're giving that for free to you guys for joining tonight before midnight. That actually is worth more than it is to join Thrive. So that's pretty cool, how that worked out. And then the following Monday is when that whole group program is starting, and it's going to be fabulous. We're so excited about it. Today, Marnie and Julie and I were Voxering together, making the plan for our orientation Zoom tomorrow and how we're going to handle things. It's going to be great. They're going to give me 5 minutes to talk tomorrow. And I might not be in makeup. I might be in a sweatshirt, you guys, and wearing glasses because I had to do all those webinars. I've been in makeup all week. Ugh. Who was at the webinars? I would love to know. My 4 mistakes webinars.
And then we'll wrap this up in about 5 minutes.
Okay, we're wrapping up in 5 minutes, people. It's been an hour already. That's crazy. Well, if you want to set me up, try to corner me, you can get me on a soapbox if you get me mad enough right now. What was the person last night? Oh, that person. Homeschooling's okay if you get it right. Ugh. Like the school system's doing such a knockout job, right? Unbelievable. And the other night, what was the other troll? I forget what that person was saying about homeschooling. The child abuse thing. So, because that's kind of, you've read books like Educated, where like these and that there's stories that make the news, like Turpin's, very sad, very real, legit. I mean, heartbreaking. But the problem is that more kids, generally speaking, the homeschool population we aren't the child abusers. which is really, really sad. And statistically, we are far less likely, our kids are far less likely to be abused than kids in the public school system, not only by peers, but also by teachers. So there's just, bad people do bad things. You don't blame the vehicle for the bad behavior, right? It's like you can drive to you can get in your car and drive to Starbucks, or you can get drunk and get in your car to drive to Starbucks. Your car isn't the problem. You are. So there's bad people that send their kids to public school. There's bad people that homeschool. It doesn't mean that we should lose our freedom to homeschool just because there's some really bad people that do it. It would be like you take away every car because a couple of bad people don't use cars well. So it makes me sad. But the reason why it feels different, the argument feels different, is it's because we care about kids. And that's what I always have to remind myself, is that everyone just wants to protect children. We all do. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking when we see mistreatment and abuse of kids. So I should stop saying that word because I'll get banned. I'll get banned on the live if I keep saying that. So yeah, that's a hard one, because I understand where those people are coming from. That's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah, Kendra said she was involved in reporting so many.
Yeah, Kendra was, if you guys don't know, Kendra is, she's a special needs specialist in Thrive, and she was a special ed teacher. And yeah, I had to report a lot too when I was teaching Kendra. It's really sad. Yeah. So
they're trying to get Mama K to join Thrive.
Oh, don't be pushy to Mama K. Oh, Mama K. Which platform is she on? TikTok. Don't feel bullied. Don't peer pressure her into joining. Mama K. Really, whatever you want to do is fine. And whatever you're worried about, usually here's what people are usually worried about. Let me list them with joining Thrive. They're usually tight on money, and it feels like another expense, and they don't realize that we actually save you money. And that the most important investment in your kid's education is you. And so even if we didn't save you money, it's still worth $367 to invest in you, because you're the leader of your homeschool doing a really important job. A lot of women are hesitant. Let me know if this is you. A lot of women are hesitant because they look at it and they think this is going to be more work. This is going to be more work. And my plate is already so full, to which we say, we are the place you come and you exhale, and we help you to not feel so overwhelmed. We are not like another option on the buffet of homeschooling options. We are what you do so that we help you screen those options and say no to the ones that you should be saying no to. A lot of women, let's see, what else do people say? Or they're worried about joining Thrive? I don't know. What were you guys worried about? People are scared of memberships. I kind of have that. I don't love joining memberships. But we don't, the way we run ours, you're not stuck. You're not stuck in. We have a money back guarantee. We don't want someone in there. That's terrible. That's bad for business, having someone in there that doesn't want to be there. So, but I'm trying to think of what other women on the live, what were they saying? Just a lot of women were in a state of overwhelm, and it really spoke to their heart. What I was saying was speaking to their hearts. Like, it made perfect sense that homeschooling felt so hard and it wasn't what they imagined. And it's so overwhelming to be trying to figure out how to homeschool on like social media and internet searching and things like that. I'm just here to, my message is, and you can agree with me or not, I agree with me. I don't think you can build the best education possible for your children on scattered internet advice. I don't. So that's why we exist. But are we for everybody? No, we're not for everybody. That's totally okay. And I love you anyway. And I'm glad you're here and you can listen to my podcast and buy my book and everything else. So, okay. So with that.
Aprendendo said, what is Thrive?
Yes. So Thrive Homeschool Community is where you get the proven framework, advising, and community. Which platform? Am I looking at the wrong one? To build, TikTok. To build a successful homeschool for your kiddos. And we have experts in there. We have master classes, access to mentors, live Zoom coaching. We even have a Zoom per month just for homeschooling kids with special needs. I pay experts to be in Thrive, to be serving you. It's an incredible resource. We know all the curriculum. We know the ins and outs, the good, bad, the ugly. We will tell you, don't buy that one. We will. So, yeah. Okay.
Nancy over on Instagram.
Nancy.
Do you help mamas that are still with a charter but hate it because of all the restrictions?
Yes, girl.
Are waiting till both spouses are on the same page to leave the charter?
Yes. Yes. So many. Are you in California? So many women join Thrive when they just hate their charter. Yes. And one of our mentors, Marnie, has been there and around that. She's now graduated too. Kiddos. She has one more high school homeschooler. She's one of the mentors. Yeah. So I encourage you to talk with her about that. You can message her. Thrive is really unique. We give you access via instant messaging with the mentors. You get one-on-one time. So when we say like it's $30 a month, it's $1 a day, just having access to an expert to ask a question is worth $30. Just coming to one Zoom call with an expert on special needs is worth way more than $30 a month. The way we price this thing, because we know how busy you are. We know that families are strapped financially. And so we get it. We totally get it. And so that's why we're so reasonably priced for what you get. Okay. Are we good? Did any last questions come in? Thrive does close at midnight tonight, and it's over. Can I tell you, I am going to sleep. Have you guys seen me all over social media this week and on those webinars, and I've loved every second of it, but I think I'm going to crash. You know what I'm worried? You know what I should be worried about? Denise. Are you still here, Denise? Becca. I'm worried I'm going to get because of all this energy. You know what happened to me after the speaking season where I got into a little slump because it was like such adrenaline, and then it like ended and I got into a little slump. Do you think that'll happen? I don't know. Yeah. Denise, do you think I'm a depression risk after this? Oh. I was telling Becca we need like a Christy self-care Zoom call. Yeah. Beverage of choice. And I know, right, Becca? Crash. Yeah. Wait, what did she say? Crash, burn, recover. I know. I think I need my tribe to come around me after this week. Because
Julie G says, no, all the new excitement and Thrive, inner energy and Thrive will carry you.
You think so, Julie? Yeah. Okay. Is she on TikTok or Instagram? What's Julie on right now?
She's on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
FR2. I don't know what that is. And then
Pilates.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I'll get out. I'll wake up in the morning. I'll make sure I get my walk in and I get to see the mountains. And then I'm going to tell you guys, I'm probably going to not be in makeup for orientation. People, oh my goodness, have I ever told you? I do need to go. Maybe we can just chit chat now. But one time we had a person who was helping us with the podcast, I think it was. And that person had seen me on my podcast, and that person was not in our time zone. And so we had to wake up really early to meet with this person. And so I'm in the sweatshirt and I'm wearing my glasses because I hadn't put my contacts in. I have no makeup on. The person they thought that I was a representative. They did not realize it was me. And the person was talking about me as if I wasn't there. And I was like, it's me, right? And they're like, what? It was like, oh my goodness, do I catfish people? I mean, not really. I'm almost 50. There's no catfishing happening here, but it's real. My kids think I look like a different person without makeup. So, okay, enough about me. This whole thing's about them anyway, and you guys. So I love you so much, everybody. And okay, Julie, look at how grown in they are. Because I was supposed to go last Saturday and then got too busy with getting the webinar ready. Look at how grown in those things are right now. So maybe I'll do that in the morning. Maybe I'm going to plan. You know what, Julie? Yes, I think that the strategy is to like plan things that I look forward to. Yes, and coffee. All right. Well, sweet ladies, I will see you at orientation tomorrow. Please grab those freebies that I have for you. Let's get to know each other on my podcast. I get really snarky on there. It's super fun. So listen to my podcast, grab my freebies. If you're ready to dive in, it is risk-free to join Thrive Homeschool Community, and it does close at midnight tonight. So, and if you do join, then I will see you tomorrow at orientation. And I love you all. Mwah. Okay, bye.